There's a road not many people talk about, but if you're on it, you know exactly how it feels. It's lonely. It's brutal. And sometimes it feels like it will never end. You've watched others take shortcuts. You've seen people quit when things got tough. You felt the weight of working in silence while the world moves on without you. And sometimes you wonder, is it even worth it? But what if I told you? This road you're walking isn't breaking you. What if I told you it's building you? Because the lonely road, it's the one that creates the strongest people. There's a part of the journey no one really talks about. The part where you feel invisible, where it seems like no one understands what you're doing or why you're doing it, where you start questioning if you're even on the right path. See, when you first start chasing something bigger, whether it's a dream, a business, a personal transformation, there's excitement. You tell people about it. You feel the fire, but then something happens. People stop checking in. The support fades. You start realizing this road, it's not crowded. In fact, most of the time, it's empty. You're waking up earlier than everyone else. You're staying up later. You're grinding while they're out having fun. And the hardest part, no one sees it. Nobody claps for you when you're up at 3 a.m. working on your dream. Nobody celebrates the sacrifices. Nobody notices the days you feel like quitting, but still show up anyway. And that's when the doubt creeps in. Why am I even doing this? Does any of this even matter? What if I'm wasting my time? This is what makes the lonely road lonely. It's not just the long nights or the sacrifices. It's the feeling that no one gets it, that no one sees the pain you're carrying. But here's what they don't tell you. The lonely road, it's a filter. It filters out the ones who only wanted the easy path. It separates the ones who are interested from the ones who are committed. And if you're on this road right now, if you feel unseen, unheard, like you're pushing forward alone, I need you to understand something. This road isn't meant to break you. It's meant to build you. Because the truth is, success isn't crowded. Not because people don't want it, but because most people aren't willing to walk through the silence, the rejection, the doubt. But you're still here. You're still fighting. And that means you're exactly where you need to be. Pain changes you, but the question is, will it break you or will it build you? Right now, you might feel like everything is against you. The failures, the setbacks, the heartbreaks. You give your all, and it still feels like it's not enough. You wonder why life keeps testing you, why nothing seems to come easy. But listen to me. This pain is not your enemy. It is your sculptor. See, the world doesn't hand out greatness, it carves it. And the tool it uses? Struggle. Psychologists call it post-traumatic growth. The idea that the most powerful transformations happen after the hardest struggles. Studies have shown that people who endure extreme hardship often develop deeper wisdom, greater resilience, and a stronger sense of purpose than those who never faced adversity. Think about it. Muscles grow by tearing, diamonds are made under pressure, steel is forged in fire. And you are being shaped by every challenge you're facing right now. History is filled with people who walked this same lonely road. People who were beaten down, rejected, and left with nothing but their own will to keep going. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before Harry Potter was published. She was broke, living in poverty, and writing in cafes because she couldn't afford heating in her home. If she had given up, the world would have never known her stories. Elon Musk was nearly bankrupt before Tesla and SpaceX took off. He put everything on the line, failing repeatedly, watching rocket after rocket explode. Today, he's redefining the future. You see the pattern? The world doesn't reward the ones who quit when it gets hard. It rewards the ones who push through. Right now, you might feel weak, but let me tell you something. This pain is building a version of you that is unshakable. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, it's all part of the process. Every time you feel like breaking, remember, you are being built, not broken. Because one day you will look back at this moment and realize this was the chapter that made you unstoppable. You're standing at a crossroads. The road behind you is filled with exhaustion, failure, rejection, and nights where you stared at the ceiling wondering if it was all worth it. The road ahead, you can't see where it leads. It's dark, uncertain, and every voice in your head is telling you to turn back, that you're not strong enough, that this isn't for you, and that's the moment. That's the moment most people quit. They tell themselves, maybe this wasn't meant for me. They convince themselves, maybe I'm just not good enough. And they walk away, not realizing they were inches away from breaking through. You see, this is the test. Every great person who ever did something extraordinary stood exactly where you are right now. Elon Musk was drowning in debt before Tesla succeeded. Oprah was told she wasn't fit for television. They all faced that moment. The moment when their dreams felt too far, their struggles felt too heavy, and their willpower felt like it was crumbling. But the difference? They didn't stop. They didn't let the pain define them. They let it refine them. And that's the question you have to answer right now. Are you going to let this struggle break you, or are you going to let it build you? Because here's the truth. Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. The struggle you're in today is the strength you'll stand on tomorrow. The lonely road isn't a punishment, it's a preparation. So before you even think about giving up, ask yourself this: how much have you already sacrificed to get here? How many times have you pushed through when no one believed in you? How much pain have you already endured? If you quit now, what was it all for? Because if you turn back now, you don't just lose the dream, you prove every doubter right. But if you push forward, if you take just one more step, if you decide right now that you are built for this, then nothing can stop you. Because most people turn back when it gets hard, but not you. Not this time. One day, all of this will make sense. One day, you'll look back and realize every lonely night, every silent battle, every moment where you wanted to quit, but didn't, was shaping you into something unstoppable. You won't just see the pain, you'll see the purpose. You see the lonely road, it changes you. At first, it breaks you apart, strips you down, takes everything you thought you knew and tests it. The doubts get louder, the exhaustion sets in. The world doesn't seem to care. But then something shifts. You stop waiting for applause. You stop needing permission. You stop asking if you're good enough because you've already walked through hell and you're still standing. And that's when you become dangerous. Because the person who walks the lonely road and refuses to stop is the one who ends up leading the way. Most people give up before this moment. They turn back when it gets hard, when the noise fades, when the crowd disappears, when the results don't come fast enough. They don't realize that the silence is part of the process, that the struggle is the signal that they're getting stronger, but not you, because you kept going. And that's why you'll have what most people never will. One day, the world will see what you've built. They'll admire your strength. They'll call you lucky, gifted, born for this. But they won't see the lonely road you walked to get here. They won't see the nights you cried yourself to sleep, the rejections that almost broke you, the days you wanted to scream but kept going anyway. But you'll know that the pain wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. You'll know that the struggle wasn't there to stop you. It was there to shape you, and you wouldn't trade it for anything. And when that day comes, the world won't ask why you walked the lonely road. They'll ask how you did it. They'll look to you for the answers, for the blueprint, for the strength they couldn't find in themselves. Because now you're the proof that it's possible. And that's when you realize the lonely road was never just about you. It was about the ones who come after you, the ones who are still struggling, still doubting, still searching for a reason to keep going. And now you are that reason. So if you're still walking that road right now, keep going. Your reward isn't just success. It's who you become along the way. And trust me, that person, they're worth it. If this message spoke to you, if you've ever felt the weight of walking this road alone, know this: you're not alone. Every great story has this chapter. Every warrior has walked through fire. Every legend has faced moments where they questioned everything. But they kept walking, and so will you. So if you're still here, if you're still standing, if you refuse to quit, prove it. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you still walking? Are you still fighting? Let the world know that you're not done yet. And if this message lit a fire in you, share it. There's someone out there who needs to hear this just as much as you did. Keep walking. The road is long, but so is your strength.